I'm Seth, and you're tuned into the Free Game Podcast.
What's going on, FGP? Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 7. I'm your co-host, Seth.
I'm your co-host, Josech.
Man, NBA playoffs are heating up, aren't they? Things are getting close. Thought we were going to see a few sweeps out there. Teams turned it back around.
I'm about to say, last week we was talking about how the Nuggets were down 0-2. We was like, oh, they might get swept by the Timberwolves.
Brooms out.
Yeah,
Brooms
next thing
out.
you know, go to bed last night. It's tied 2-2. Going back to Minnesota.
2-2 now, man.
And I'm not going to lie, but all 4 games, both teams kind of low-key dominated. I mean, I know it was a closer game last night towards the end, but
Game 1 was close. Game 1
was a little close.
Came down to the wire. Game 2 and 3 were blowout.
Yeah, the game last night was a little closer, but
not for sure.
I don't know who's figured out who. People saying the Nuggets figured out the Timberwolves. Originally, people thought the Timberwolves got the Nuggets.
That the Nuggets figured out that Rudy Gobert cannot guard Jokic. I know they figured that out, bro.
Bro, we been knew that though.
But they weren't just giving him the ball the way they are now, bro.
No, facts.
They are giving Jokic the ball and saying just go eat whoever's guarding you, bro, and he's doing it.
I don't know why, but for some reason, Cat did a decent job in game 1, kind of slowing him down a little bit.
He did solid, but he was still in foul trouble.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Cat gotta either
he has
learn how to
foul,
play defense without fouling, or I don't know, bro.
Literally in round 1, Ant told him dude, if you on the court and stop fouling, we'll sweep them easy. Same thing, Cat. If you just stop fouling, bro, y'all probably up 3-1 in the series. So
Probably, but hey.
Also
out in New York and Indianapolis, that's tied 2-2 as well.
Got some injuries going on now too up there, so Indy really got a legit shot of. I don't know when's the last time. I think the last time they made a conference finals was Paul George when he dunked on Birdman against the Heat.
Yeah,
so it's been over a decade probably since
they made. That was 2011, I think.
Yeah, over a decade since they made a conference finals. This would be huge for them if they were able to go back.
Nah, facts. I mean, like you said, the injuries, the Knicks losing OG and Anunoby. I mean, that's huge for them. They were what?
They're 26-5 when he's in the lineup. And then 30 and 31 this year when he's not in the lineup.
And their defense is respectfully top 5 with him in the lineup.
Really good.
I mean, in the NBA,
it's still really good defense without him, but it's way better with him.
Facts. I agree. So it's gonna be interesting to see. We got both game 5s tonight.
Yeah, both game 5s tonight.
Which is a Tuesday recording, but
you'll see this probably more than likely tomorrow. I might get it up tonight. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling.
Tonight would be kind of cool, but
we'll see.
I mean, who you got in these game 5s though?
In these game 5s today, let it be known that these might already be over with. So if I guessed it, I did say this prior to the games being played. I'm gonna go with the Knicks back in New York. I don't think they lose 3 straight. I just don't see it happening. And then honestly, I don't know why, but the Nuggets are just hot right now. I know that the Timberwolves stole the first 2 in Minnesota, but I think the Nuggets win this one, and then that series ends up going 7 though. So
you got Nuggets winning 3 straight.
Nuggets winning 3 straight today. Nuggets are winning today.
I'm gonna agree with you on the Knicks pick. Back in the Garden, back at home. I mean, Brunson's been hot all playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if he dropped 50 this game to lead them to a win. So, I got the Knicks as well. And I'm not gonna lie, the other game I got the Timberwolves, bro. I'm gonna have to take the Timberwolves. I saw the post game press conference for Anthony Edwards' last game, and somebody asked him something. I think it was how do you feel? You guys said you kind of had them figured out the first 2 games. Now it's tied going back to Minnesota. What are your emotions like? How do you feel? And he was kind of like, it's okay. I heard people saying that they figured us out or whatever these last 2 games, but we gonna come back. We gonna be basically saying that he's gonna go off this game and bring them
gonna go off.
Win,
he had 40-something last game.
But he needs Cat to not play like an idiot.
Cat's going to Cat though, so that's the problem.
But is he? I mean, Cat is he could drop 30. He's definitely liable to drop 30.
I don't know if he's dropped 30 in a single playoff game this playoffs.
Maybe not in the playoffs. I'm saying we see him drop 60 in the regular season. So I mean,
against the Hornets,
bro.
Against the Hornets, we talking about the Nuggets, bro.
It doesn't matter if it's against the Hornets. It doesn't matter if it's against the Pistons. It's against an NBA team at the end of the day. And dropping 65 points in general, dropping 65 in general is impressive.
It's impressive, but it definitely matters who it's against.
All right, but he can still give you. He could give you a 30-point game. He has the skills and the capabilities to give you a 30-point game. I won't lie.
If Aaron Gordon is on him the way he's been guarding him the last few games, I don't think it's even possible for Cat to get 30, bro. If he gets 25, that would be like him getting 40 in the series.
Really?
Like, they just need Cat to literally get them 20 points.
Is he not supposed to be their second leading scorer?
He is, but he started off last game 0 for 10. Like,
yeah, that was awful.
They
lost by 6.
That's what I'm saying. They don't need him to get 30 because I don't think he can get 30 for them. Like,
you don't think he could get 30?
I'm not saying he couldn't do it in other series. I don't think, one, Aaron Gordon's the right matchup for him to get 30. And then 2, coming off his knee injury, I don't know if he's even like back in shape, back in rhythm yet to be able to drop 30 in like such a big playoff game.
Okay.
And he's guarding Jokic. Like, he's tired out there. He's going to be in foul trouble just from guarding Jokic. Like, it's just too many things going the opposite direction for Cat for him to drop 30 right now.
Man, I'm not going to lie. If you're the second leading scorer option on your team, bro, it don't matter what series it is, and no matter who you're going against. I would feel like I need you to give me at least 31
Don't get me wrong.
One game.
He should be dropping 30 as a second leading option, number 1 pick in the draft. I just don't see him dropping 30. Like, I don't see it happening for him. I don't think he can put it together.
Understandable. But, we going to see, man. We going to see. Like I said, 2-2 going back to Minnesota.
We're going to see. 2-2. Obviously, you got the Celtics series, which is probably wrapped up since Donovan Mitchell went down with the calf injury.
Yeah.
And
that's
then,
unfortunate to see.
I don't got too much to say. The Celtics have gotten off twice now, bro. No Jimmy Butler. Now Donovan Mitchell goes down. They probably going to play a beat-up Knicks team next round. Like, I don't want to hear nothing from Celtics fans.
What they face the Pacers?
Exactly. You're playing the Pacers in the conference finals,
Okay,
bro.
hold on. Let's put some respect on Indiana. They won the in-season tournament this year, and they also could potentially be in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay,
so.
but out of all the options, is that not considering getting off who they would play against?
Okay, understandably, yes.
Okay,
But
okay.
still,
That's all
let's
I'm
put
saying.
some respect on Indiana, man. The boys are hooping out there.
It's not whoever the Western Conference Finals going to be. That matchup's going to be a dogfight.
The West is just better than the East in general. We know that. It's the Celtics.
You could have took
and
the
the rest
first
of
round
them.
team out the West and it'd be better than the Pacers. The Clippers would have been a better conference final series than the Pacers.
I can't even disagree with you on that one, bro. But I mean,
the Lakers in it, bro.
All right, I get it.
LeBron.
I get it, man. I get it. Just admit the boys are hooping, man. They hooping.
They're playing good, man. They're playing good. The Pacers didn't even win the in-season tournament, did they? Didn't they lose to the Lakers?
Oh, they did. They did.
LeBron won the first in-season tournament. Yeah, they lost to the Lakers, man. They didn't even win that.
Gosh. Man, they got there. Okay,
Exactly.
they got there. Jeez,
Exactly.
man.
But yeah, nah, we don't have too much NBA basketball going on for y'all today. Oh wait, last series was 2-2 for all y'all Mavs Thunders fan. Shout out PJ Washington. I know I've been hating on you a lot on the show, but you've been hooping. I'll give it to you. You've been hooping.
He been hooping. But hey, last night in Thunder Boys, specifically Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. It was him versus the Mavs last night. That was
game.
insane. But yeah, like you said, 2-2. They're going back to OKC.
Yep.
I believe Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Gonna be a good series.
Oh wait,
Gonna be a good series.
real quick. I guess who you got on Wednesday? Celtics. Well, I guess we both got the Celtics. That's not even the question.
Yeah.
Who you got? Mavs or Thunder?
I think the Thunder win again at home. I like them.
I like that too.
Because I think Shea gets more help at the crib. So yeah.
Agreed. So Thunder going up 3-2.
Thunder up 3-2. With that being said, we don't want to bore y'all with the playoff basketball. It's a lot going on. We've been talking about it a lot the last few weeks. We're going to use today to kind of just do a unique, like, short episode pretty much of us just asking each other random questions that we have, whether it's about sports, rules that they have in sports, whatever it may be. Just random questions we wrote down that we want to ask each other and kind of just talk about. So I can go first. You want to go first?
You can start it off, man.
I'm gonna start us off with something simple, like not even heavy sports related. I just want to know why. Why are the celebration parades done at Disney? Like, the NFL goes to Disney to do a little parade. The NBA teams go to Disney to do a little parade. Like, where is this tradition coming from of going to Disney? I don't know how it started, where it got started from. Just interested.
Honestly, okay, I guess this is my, just thinking not only sports, but also kind of like business-wise. You can be a sports fan can be any age. You can be, I've liked the Panthers since I was 5-6 years old. I mean, you can be 60 years old cheering for the Dolphins or, wherever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if there's one place really, okay, I guess almost in the United States, but really also in the world where you could find people range ages, baby kids to 60, 70-year-old senior citizens, I mean, Disney, like whether it's Disney World or Disneyland, it's more preferably Disney World, just because that's probably the more popular one. But it's an easy way to market to more people, whether they're fans of your team or not. I mean, They're gonna see the players up there, the coaches, the trophy. Obviously, I mean, like they might not know what's going on. Some people might even heard about it. They just like they look up and it's the Denver Nuggets. They won the NBA championship this year. Oh, that's pretty cool. Like just to get people to see them, maybe
respect.
learn about them or whatever. I mean, also just Disney's a fun place. Like, who wouldn't want to go to Disney? Like,
yeah.
I mean,
I guess it just depends on the person, probably. It definitely depends on the person. Like, I know there's NBA athletes, just the way that they act and behave. They're like, bro, I don't want to be at Disney. Got me around all these kids.
Okay, well, at the same time, they probably don't have to like spend the whole day out there. They got to be there for the parade. If they want to spend the rest of the day out there, they can. They want to go home.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I was just curious how like Disney became the place that all these parades happen at.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, outside of obviously their in-city parade that all the championship teams have, where would you want to take your team?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I don't know how realistic this is, but I feel like the team should just come together and get to pick where they want to go. Do like a run around the city type thing where they just take the trophy and have a night out. Like, if you want to go to Vegas, go to Vegas. If your team want to go overseas to Paris or something, go to Paris. Like, if y'all just want to chill on some remote beach, go to the remote beach. Y'all want to go to Disney, do that. Like, I feel like it should just be up to the team. Like, whatever fits them, they should be able to go do.
That's fair. That's understandable. Yeah, I respect that. My question for you is kind of related to some recent social media, I guess, conversations or whatever that's been going around. I've been hearing a lot of athletes or other podcasters, just people on Twitter, or X, what you want to call it. They've been talking about if you take 30 NBA players and put them in the NFL, or 30 NFL players and put them in the NBA, basically who would be more successful? Like, is it easier to go from playing football to basketball or from basketball to football? Like, which is the easier transition? Like,
I'm saying this no bias, and I don't even think this, like, I don't know. I think if you're just like a sports fan and you didn't play either sport, you would probably agree with this take. Just from like what you have to learn and like pick up on, I feel like it's easier to make the transition if you're a great athlete from basketball to football than it would be football to basketball. So like any great athlete like prime LeBron James or like a Zion, like I feel like they could flip over to football and just because they're pure athleticism be almost fine immediately. Whereas like football players, you can have the athleticism come over, but you still gotta be able to dribble, like be able to shoot a jump shot. Like it's more things to it than just being athletic. So like athletic ability will take you further in football, I feel like.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. You took the words right out of my mouth. Like, for real, I'm a football player, I guess. Like, you could say, like, I think I couldn't agree with you more. Like, I couldn't have said it better myself. I think, like, there's a lot more technical skills that go into playing the game of basketball that you have to have. Like you said, dribbling, shooting. Especially in today's NBA, you got to be able to shoot 1 through 5. Yeah. So, I mean, like and in football you could go out there. You don't necessarily have to know how to catch a football to go play football. Yeah. You can play linebacker, you go out there and tackle people, safety, you can go guard somebody.
And learning, I know it's definitely difficult to learn like a swim move or a rip move or something, but I promise you it's easier to learn that and practice that than like figure out shooting a 3-point jump shot. Then,
like you said, like you can be like dummy athletic and not even just overpowered. We've seen clips of Lawrence Taylor just literally picking up offensive tackles.
Like, if you really want to, bro, you can just go after him.
You can just dominate out there, bro. Like, I mean, look at Myles Garrett. Look at what he does out there. Obviously, Myles Garrett has good technique, but some of them plays is just pure strength and athleticism just getting to the quarterback. So,
yeah, like, if you get LeBron on a tight end around, like, give him open field. That's not even like he has to learn football at that point. He's just running. Like.
Now, if you can't catch, that's on you. I'm one of those guys. That's why I played DB and not receiver, bro. I didn't have the best hands. I had bricks for hands, honestly. If I caught the ball,
I feel
it was
like,
a blessing.
Yeah, for the most part, outside of like the big man, like if you're a 1 through 3 in basketball, your hand-eye coordination should be good enough to where you can catch. Like,
so I'm saying,
you're dribbling at that high of a level in the NBA, you should be able to catch a ball.
And even then, it's not like you have to go up and make like these one-handed catches or maul somebody every time. Like, you could be coming on a drag route, catch the ball, and then just get up through.
Not for sure. I saw something funny about that topic actually, though. Like, people were saying football players have too much toughness or whatever. And Nick Young tweeted back and was like, last time I checked, Darren Williams, who was a former NBA player, had a boxing match with Frank Gore, and he knocked out Frank Gore in that boxing match. He's like, last time I checked, Hooper's up 1. What y'all talking about?
Wow, That's crazy. I
So
will say
they had a football, basketball, boxing match, and the Hooper won.
that's crazy.
That's
I will say this though. I'm not gonna lie.
Knocked him out.
Yes,
bro.
I like I said, I agree with you as far as it is easier to transition, like as far as the skills and what you have to do in the game itself. But I don't think a lot of basketball players could make it through like the physical like wear on your body of a full football season.
No,
Like,
that's
and
definitely
honestly, I
different.
don't know if a football player has conditioning to play 82 games in a basketball season. Like, we
It's a lot
don't, we don't have long distance conditioning. We don't play 80 something games in a year or just be running the whole time. Like, football players is run for 5-6 seconds, then you stop, take a break.
Yeah. No.
Run for another 5-7 seconds for take a break. Like, they're not. I don't think either is really built to play the other sport to the best of its ability. But again, just going
Speaking
back.
of sports and which one's harder and stuff, my next question kind of builds on that. Pretty much, which sport do you feel like is the most difficult sport to like actually play? So not in terms of just like, you can take in the physical aspect of it, how difficult it is to actually be good at the sport, all that.
Baseball. I mean, and that's just, bro, like, I'm sorry. Okay, if you want to take all the sports into consideration, it's really like wrestling or I don't know about swimming. Swimming is wear on your body, but it's really like kind of like wrestling just because of how wear and how technical you have to get for that, just in my opinion. But like, if you're talking about like kind of the main sports that people watch on a daily basis and everything, it's, in my opinion, baseball. Like,
I think if you're just talking about like the skill of it, I can see baseball. But like, taking into account everything else, like there's no like physical labor that you're going through in baseball.
If
like,
we're taking physicality and stuff into
all that included. Like, you're not like about to have a life-ending injury happen on a baseball field. Unless, like,
that makes sense.
Rare stuff happens out there. Like, you get hit in the head by a pitch.
Okay,
But, like, for the most part.
Skill-wise, I think baseball. If we're taking everything.
Skill-wise, like, just the act of hitting the baseball, like, you can tell by the numbers of, like, how often they complete that at the highest of high levels. You can tell that's the most difficult thing to do.
Facts. So, but I guess if you're taking everything into consideration, I feel like it has to be football then. I mean, just because if you want to take into like the physical wear and tear in your body, the post-career impact. I mean, you've seen a lot of players coming out with the CTE.
The mental space that you have to be in to even like go out there knowing all the risk and like injuries you could potentially walk away with that day
and
still play it, like that alone probably makes it the most difficult sport to play to me.
Yeah, I understand that. But I feel like, I don't know, like a lot of football players, like, going out there, I mean, obviously, when you see an injury happen, it makes you be like, ooh, like, you kind of get scared a little bit. I mean, we, my middle school football team, we saw JT get hurt, and, like, they stopped the game. Like, they was like, we don't want to play anymore. So, like, there is times like that. But I feel like most football players, like, you're not thinking about, oh, what if I get hurt, or what if I get hurt doing this?
It's
or what if I get
definitely
hurt
not
doing
like
that.
the little injuries. Like, as a hooper, we saw Kevin Ware's injuries and different things like that.
Yeah.
I'm more so talking about football players, like, seeing each other get knocked out. Like, some of them not be able to move their arms.
Like DeMar
Luke
Hamlin,
Kuechly,
or like Tua.
Like DeMar
Yeah.
Hamlin or Luke Kuechly was, like, blacking out on the field. Like, those type things are the ones that are like, all right, this is more than just, like, an injury. Like,
I mean,
this gonna
yeah,
affect
but then,
everything.
like, I don't know. I guess this is just how I see it, like, why I love to play the game. It's just like, I mean, we've never seen, like, I mean, kind of same thing with hoop. Like, we've seen hoopers collapse on the floor, like, a lot recently, like, in the past few years. I mean, just literally running down the court. And I don't know exactly what that has to do with or anything, but, I mean, I feel like just anything could happen to you at any point in life. So, I mean, why live in fear when you can just, I mean, if you really love to go out, if you really love the game of football and you really love to, like, go out there and play it, I mean, why not? Because, I mean,
you gotta be a special person and love the sport, man. That's my point.
I mean, just
That's
also,
point,
you know,
man.
and like for those of you who are like religious and stuff, I mean, hopefully, you know, you pray before games, maybe you cover yourself in the blood, and hopefully pray for protection or something like that.
It's people out there praying for me that they don't kill me. Why do I want to play in the same like game as them? Why is Ray Lewis praying that he doesn't kill me, bro? Like, I don't want to play against him, bro. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I don't want to play
then
against
avoid
you, bro.
Ray Lewis as much as you can while you're out there.
Bro, I'm gonna be hurt that game, bro. Like, I promise you, if I'm playing Ray Lewis and I hear he's praying for me before the game that he doesn't kill me, nah, he got it. Y'all got it.
Bruh, okay.
It's not that serious.
I get it. I understand. That you do gotta be a different type of
Thank you, man. Thank
space
you
in the
for
head to play
acknowledging
football.
that.
I understand. I get it.
What you got next?
But this question is kind of related to your question. Just, you know, not worded differently, but kind of related. If you had to pick a different sport to play, I guess in high school and college.
If I know the rest of your question, this is easy.
What would you pick?
All right, if you would have asked me this in college or in high school, I probably would have said football. And now that I'm done on the backside of things, oh my gosh, if I could be like good at golf, like legit as good at golf as I was good at basketball, I would just play golf, bro. That shit. That sport is amazing. That sport is amazing. Like it brings. You see what it brings out of you. Golf brings the excitement out of you. Like I love golf. If I could have played golf in college or professionally, definitely golf.
I saw the I don't know if you saw the clip of Bills wide receiver pick Keon Coleman talking about playing golf. He was like, they asking him like, what hobbies do you have? He's like, I like to go play golf. I mean, he was like, I'm not good. He said, I'm Tiger. Wish he could, not Tiger Woods. But he says he's go out there and just focus on hitting the ball and whatever. Like he's not really worried about his score or like having a perfect game or whatever you want to call it or reaching par. But I mean, he just goes out there and just have fun and kind of just helps him, lock in on hitting the ball and just, relax a little bit. But if you somebody like Seth or JC or Trey Wirtz or any of my other friends who go out there talking about I'm shooting under 84 today or.
Whoa. 84.
Come on now.
Nah, sometimes it'd be like that.
All right. Thank you. All right. And then you have them sending stuff in Instagram group chat talking about if you had a friend who you had like to hit less than 50 yards with a driver or something, who would it be? And they tagging me in there or something, bro. Like, you know what? Forget it.
I mean, anytime you got the friend that doesn't play the sport, aren't you supposed to tag them?
Yeah, whatever. But
nothing personal.
I'm not surprised you picked golf. I mean, obviously you know how much you love golf with everything. So, honestly, taking all things into consideration, when I first thought about this question, my first answer that came to my head was soccer. Just because like the money that goes into it, but at the same time most of that money is like playing overseas, so I have to live like in Europe or something like that, which wouldn't be bad, but I really do like the States,
like America, man.
I mean, taking all that into consideration, probably baseball. Like if I could be like, if I kind of how you said you could be really good at golf, if I could have been really good at baseball to go play professionally, I would love to play baseball. I mean, it's kind of like how you said, there's not really too much risk out there being injured. I mean, it is one of the harder sports to play skill-wise. So that's
the only thing with Josech and baseball. This man has a low frustration level, bro. Like the smallest thing will frustrate him a large bit. So I could see him out there like 2-3 at bats, he don't get a hit. Boom! Like
I'm
he's
not
just raging, bro. He's over there raging, bro. That's the only thing. If the umpire messes up like a strike call or whatever, he's getting thrown out, like guaranteed. That's the only thing about baseball, man.
I can't even disagree with you on that, bro.
That composure is gonna get to that man right there on the baseball field.
There's a reason I play football.
I'm about to say he can't go hit nobody. Like he can't do nothing to take out his anger. He's gonna go back to the dugout, chew some sunflower seeds, wait till his next at bat. Like
literally, there's a reason I play football.
I'm about to say you got too much anger for baseball.
Football, you can have so much built up anger, and you just go out there and just let it out.
You need to play hockey, bro.
Hockey would be fun. Hockey would be a lot of fun. But it's just again, just the money involved. I pick baseball.
Not facts. For the money, I can see that. I can see that for sure. I got a few more questions on here. One of this is actually somewhat about baseball. So the managers in baseball, they actually dress up in the same uniform that the players wear. Mm-hmm. I was wondering, why don't other sports kind of pick up something similar to that? I feel like that would be cool if you had the basketball coaches out there in the NBA uniform, or like the sweatpants, the warm-up thing, or like the NFL coaches in the shoulder pads and pants and everything.
Shoulder pads and pants, bro.
That would be hilarious,
dude.
Bro. You know how funny it would be though?
That would be hilarious though, to see them on the sideline and like some shoulder pads. That would be funny. I mean, maybe okay.
That was just a random thought. This is not serious, y'all. I was just throwing something out there that would be fun with this.
But no, I mean, okay, so taking it into consideration though, like, so for football, maybe not full shoulder pads and like knee pads and thigh pads and everything, but they could have like on like a jersey that says like coach something on the back and like
something.
They could be out there some type of.
I feel like it would just be funny. It would just be funny to watch them run around and do that.
And even if you want to like have them stand out a little more, you can have them wear like the different jersey. So like if they're wearing black, he could wear the white jersey that day, or like, for sure. A different alternate jersey.
For sure.
But my next question for you is kind of going on the rookie NFL class that just came in. If So let's say, you're the GM and you needed a draft pick in this class. Like, you had the option out of all the players, you got the number 1 pick. Like, you need everything. You need like, you're building a team. Who you take within that number 1 pick in this rookie class?
I would just take Caleb and just call it a day. Just because everybody's saying he's the greatest prospect since I don't know when, since sliced bread. I'm just not even gonna pass up on him, bro.
Fair.
Just take him, and whatever happens, happens.
That's understandable.
Who are you going with?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm going with Maserati Marv.
I figured that's what you were about to say. I figured that's what you were about to say.
That's just, me personally, I'm the guy who's always like, build the team around the quarterback first and then get the quarterback. So, I feel like even if you do have a Caleb Williams, he can't do much if he's out there throwing to, I don't know who a bad receiver that's going to come. N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry or somebody like that. So, but if you have somebody like Marvin Harrison Jr., you could have somebody like, with all due respect, Brock Purdy, who could, come in there just to get the job done and get him the ball. So I have to go with Marvin Harrison Jr. in that one.
No, for sure. That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. I got one last question. This kind of relates to football. I know that it's kind of been a hot topic over the last few seasons to take away, like, big hits, especially over the middle, like the targeting calls. My question for Josech, the football player, is how do you avoid getting those targeting calls on tackles across the middle? Like, when they're throwing a slant, when they're throwing a 10-yard in, as the linebacker, as the deep safety, like, how do you really, realistically, in the moment, stop yourself from getting a targeting call?
Tackle properly, in my opinion.
Yeah, but what are you saying to yourself? Because, like, I feel like in the moment, you're just doing it. So, like, what could you potentially, like, say to yourself in that moment to make sure you're not, like, leading with the crown of your helmet or lowering your shoulder into whatever it is, like...
Practice tackling properly. Okay. It has to be almost like a second nature to you.
That makes sense.
So the first thing that football players are taught when it comes to like tackling drills and stuff is low man wins. And whether it's tackling, whether it's in the trenches blocking, like
I feel like that's what messes them up sometimes. Like they don't expect the offensive player to get as low or like stay as high as they are, and like sometimes their levels just don't match up, and it just happens that they hit them in the head. Like sometimes it's not even like anything they could have done. It's just like they guessed wrong on where the player was going to be.
A lot of the targeting hits that you see in the NFL is either like you said, leading with the crown of your helmet, and the second thing outside of low man wins that they teach you is to keep your head up. Like when you're tackling, like always keep your head up, and keep your head like on the inside when tackling. But a lot of the targeting calls is usually high hits. It's usually like in the head, shoulder area, or leading with the crown of the helmet. So a lot of guys go for kill shots, which I can't blame them for that. Sometimes I do.
It's right there.
You want to lay somebody out, boom. But in my opinion, like you can still lay somebody out. Or if you're gonna lay somebody out, man, just go with the side of your shoulder, boom. But I don't know. But I don't know why a lot of guys like to put their head down and kind of like put themselves, because they're putting themselves at risk too. Yeah. Because like if their neck could get messed up.
Yeah, like it's injury prone for both sides.
Facts. So, but to answer your question, like I said, I think it just comes down to like actually doing the tackling drills in practice and like actually making it muscle memory to get low, keep your head up, keep your head on the inside, and actually like make a tackle. Like I feel like after you get out of like after you get out of fall camp of college football, just speaking to the guys that I've spoken to, like JB, Logan, Obi, and kind of like what goes on in practice for them. Like I feel like outside of fall camp, there's not too many like tackling drills that go on. And honestly, even when we were at Charlotte Christian, like we didn't do Oklahoma outside of the first few weeks of fall camp. We didn't do too many like tackling drills where we were actually like, well, we did to an extent, but like we kind of had to be safe with it just because of the numbers that we had. But like I don't think too many people like teach tackling, like the technique of tackling properly, like throughout the entire season. They kind of like hit it in the beginning and then they don't come back to it because like you got to focus other places or whatever. But
if you want to stay on the field in 2024, make sure you're practicing the right tackling techniques.
Facts.
That's all I got for questions.
And then my last question for you is kind of going back to the basketball, kind of similar to this question I just asked you, but we're going to take all-time NBA players, like I said, all-time. If you had the number one pick in the NBA draft, who are you taking?
Prior to this year and like everything going on, I would have said MJ. I know I said Curry a few weeks ago when you asked me this, but now just thinking about it even more, I honestly would just take Wemby. See where it lands me. Like He's a special talent, and the fact that he played 70 games this year shows that he has the ability to stay out on the court. Like, he's only going to get stronger. He's only going to shoot better. So I would just take Wemby and see what he ends up being. I think he's going to be very special if he stays healthy. So I'm just going Wemby.
Wow. I honestly didn't expect that at all. I like the pick. Like, I'm not mad at it at all. I really do like the pick because when I was thinking about my answer, I didn't even go that direction because, I mean, obviously, you know, we've seen 1 year of him. I don't.
1 year, that was amazing.
Knock on wood. Like,
if he keeps going at this rate?
If he just keeps progressing at this rate, he's probably going to go down as the GOAT. But just going off what we know from all NBA players of all time, I might have to go with LeBron, just because
he's gonna make the most of what's around him, no matter what.
And that's really what I guess I would want from my team, like somebody who can make not only himself great, but the players around him great as well. And obviously, you know, Curry and MJ and Kobe, I mean, Shaq, all of them were able to do that as well. But I mean, just you look at what LeBron is able to do with the ball in his hands, out of his hands. I mean, his IQ of the game, his passing ability, he can shoot. I mean, so
he can do it all.
He can literally do it all.
If you need someone to do it all, get you a LeBron James.
So, but I'm not mad at that Victor pick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, both of them
that's a great
special.
pick right there.
Both of them are special.
I like that.
For sure. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this kind of memory card episode. If you want to see more stuff like this, we want to do more stuff like this in the future. So if y'all enjoyed it, leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about it. We could even do something in the future where you guys leave us some questions you want to hear us talk about, and we'll cover that on the show.
Social media pages at the One Free Game on Instagram, don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow us on all social media pages at the One Free Game on Instagram, TikTok, and X. And last but not least, this guy and the rest of our NBA cohort is doing their business pitches to some investors the next few weeks.
We're just finishing up our degree. That's all we're doing.
Man,
finishing up our degree.
No. How much money's on the line for first place? That shit hasn't happened in how long? There's a lot of money on the line for winning first place. It's called first or second place, I'm pretty sure. First, second, or third. If you place first, second, or third, you win some money to go towards your business pitch. So, good luck to my boy Seth over here. Good luck to everybody else in the cohort. Hope you guys do well. They're going to be in Charleston this Thursday. So, good luck there. Hope you can get placed, get some bread. Maybe we can get some bread so we can, I don't know, get a whole studio set up. Get a whole studio, maybe travel a little bit to some other schools and stuff, maybe interview some other athletes and whatnot. But like I said, good luck to y'all. And until next time, Free Game, we will see you all next week. Deuces.